Hi everyone, it's Andy Glen here on Sharks TV, and I'm delighted to be joined by hockey legend and new general manager of Solway Sharks, Craig Peacock. Craig, lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. Obviously, very excited to be on board here at the Sharks, and it's been a bit of a whirlwind 48 to 72 hours, to say the least.
Yeah, it was a huge announcement just the other day. As we record this, it was yesterday you were announced as general manager, and it's just the feedback's been fantastic. Have you read any of it online and things like that?
Yeah, I've tried to keep up on my phone. Obviously, when it was announced last night, it was the phone was red hot, and I was trying to keep up with kind of all the messages. And yeah, it's been a really nice reception, and it's a new challenge for me. Obviously, I've managed to stay in hockey, and that's something that I'm really excited about. And obviously getting on board here with the Sharks, and the big plans that we have for this upcoming season.
Well, it's huge congratulations to you for getting the job of general manager, and I think everybody in hockey will know you and know what you've done. I mean, literally a superstar, GB internationals, the whole lot. But do you want to just give a flavour to all the Sharks fans, your highlights, your hockey CV as such?
Yeah, I mean, hockey's been my whole life essentially. I started playing when I was really young at 3 years old, and came up through the junior ranks in Peterborough. Went away for a couple of years to North America to kind of help develop my game. Returned to Peterborough to play in what was the old EPL back in those days. Starting to show my age here, but then I moved on obviously to Belfast and spent 14 years in the Elite League, seven of those with Belfast, and obviously played for the Glasgow Clan for a long time. Five Flyers, had a little stint in Denmark, mixed in somewhere the middle of all of that. And obviously, lucky enough to represent the national team on quite a few occasions and win a gold medal with them. So yeah, my hockey has been my whole life, and the fact that I get to stay involved in the game has always been something of interest to me, and it was always more the management side and the front office side that I kind of have my sights set on. So I'm just delighted that I've been given this opportunity to do that with the Sharks.
Ah, it's brilliant. And it just the partnership between yourself and Martin is going to be fantastic. How long have you known Martin?
Yeah, I've known Martin for years and years and years now, and he's a well-known coach in UK hockey, and he's one of the best coaches in UK hockey. And you've only got to look at the development that Solway as a club have been on, the journey they've been on, the type of players that they produce. Martin's a top class coach, and his record speaks for itself when you look at the way they've dominated the North Division that they've played in for the most recent years. They pick up every trophy that's on offer. So, it feels like a natural progression for the club to be making this step up into the NIHL. So, yeah, me and Martin have been spending a lot of time on the phone already since I officially started on Monday morning there. So, yeah, he's a fantastic person. Everyone who meets him loves him. He's a great guy, and he's obviously the right man to be head coach. And this it's home for him. And I know how excited he is that he's getting to progress this club forward into this league.
Yeah, I mean we had a fantastic season last season. Did you follow the Sharks at all through all that, or was it just something that passed you by?
Yeah, no, I keep up to date with it. I mean, I'm somewhat of a hockey nerd in that way that I always pay attention to what's going on in UK hockey. And obviously, there's somewhat of a relationship between the clan and the Sharks over the years where you've seen players kind of going back and forth. So, I've actually skated with the likes of Scott Henderson and Liam Danskin, guys like that were on the team. Callum Boyd played with him previously in the past too. So, yeah, it was something I always kept an eye on, and it was always great to see the Scottish team doing well, not only in the North Division, but when they would play Streatham in the national final, and proved that as a in the UK they were by far and away the best team in the country. And me as a adopted Scotsman, I've been here for a long time now, and it is home for me. So yeah, I'm fully on board for that.
I mean, yeah, we had a really great season last year, and it's interesting to hear you talk about some of the players that are in there. Do you see a lot of these players being the core of where we go forwards? And what is your role as general manager in terms of signings and players and things like that?
Yeah, so I mean, firstly, I think it's important to recognize, not only the players but the people who around the Solway Sharks who got them to where they are today. They've done such a good job, and it's such a community and family feel about the club. I was at the rink on Monday, and I absolutely loved it. And you can see that it means so much to so many people. So the people that have got the club to where it is now, obviously it's important to recognize them, and they're still going to be around too. So, and in terms of the playing side, yeah, I think it's important that we retain a core of the group that's pushed them on to where they're going to be, and they deserve that chance to be at that higher level. Obviously, it is a step up, so we're going to have to look to add some pieces kind of into that. So yeah, me as a general manager, I'll be obviously working with Martin. He's already come up with a long list of players, so we're kind of going through that together. Martin obviously has a relationship with a lot of those guys, probably closer than what I do. So I'll be kind of introducing myself and speaking to him probably more about the business side of things and dealing with the budget. That'll be kind of my area. But yeah, very much working closely alongside Martin. But it's his team. He's going to pick his team, what he wants at the end of the day. He will be the coach. I'm there to just assist him in the best manner that I can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you said you've been to the rink. Is that the first time you've been to the Shark Tank as such, or you played there before?
Yeah, no, I've been there quite a few times. I remember I went there when I was just a young kid, probably 10 or 11, to do a hockey camp in the summer. And then I've actually skated with Martin and the Sharks guys over the past sort of 3-4 summers anyway, kind of getting in preparation for the new season when I was playing. So yeah, no, very familiar with it. Been down there plenty of times, and obviously going to be there a lot more now. But it's a fantastic facility, and they're already looking after us. And from a general manager point of view, we've got some big plans about what we want to do in that rink too. We obviously first and foremost want to put a fantastic product on the ice that fans are going to be proud of, and they're going to want to back us and support us. But the other important thing for me is the whole match night experience, and making sure that you come as a family, or you come in on a date, or whatever it might be, that you come and you have a fantastic time and you leave, no matter what the result is. Hopefully we've won, but we create that environment where it's a night out and people enjoy it and people talk about it, and they get a good buzz. So yeah, the rink being great, we've got some big plans lined up for this season.
Okay, so you've talked about skating at the Shark Tank. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you here, because every single fan on social media has been asking, you've signed as a general manager. Is there any chance you're going to be able to skate with the Sharks this season?
It's strictly shirt and tie for me this season. My main focus is, general manager. I'm here to help on the business side of things. I'm here to help Martin. That's my role. I'm signed as the general.
Oh, Craig, come on! We just lost half our audience here. They're throwing beer cans at the screens, giving it. Come on! But I suppose you've got some great contacts, and Martin's got some great contacts. And you did say we've got a long list of players. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you for signings because they'll come out as and when. But you are going to be a busy man over the next wee while for sure. And I'm guessing John, Phil, and David from your time at Glasgow. So there's going to be a lot of work, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. And, that's how this all kind of came about for me, was built up a relationship with John, Phil, and David, over the course of their time at Glasgow and my time at Glasgow. And obviously when this opportunity came about, John invited me out for dinner or coffee, and then it turned into dinner. It turned into quite a long chat. So,
he picked up the bill. Did he pick up the bill?
He picked up the bill.
That's fine. That's good then. We're
fine. So we sat down and we had a really, long chat, and he told me about this opportunity that those three guys had, what their vision for it was, and where they saw me fitting in that puzzle essentially, and coming on board as part of the team. And I'm very thankful to those three guys that they they believe in me and they trust in me that, you know, I'm going to do a good job in this role. I think what I'm going to bring is very much, you know, I've been in the British game for a long time. So I've kind of seen, you know, the best and worst of clubs that I've played for, you know, what works, what doesn't. In terms of players, you know, what we want to do is create a professional environment for them, that we take away all the excuses, that all they have to focus on is hockey. They don't have any other worries other than just going out there and trying to win a game. And that's the culture and the environment that we want to build. And, you know, I think that's going to start from the top with John, Phil and David. You know, their passion and devotion to this club already is unmatched. And like I say, I started officially on Monday, and it's been busy. We've got a lot going on, but yeah, they're great people. I think they're the right people to take charge of this club, and you know, I'm sure I'm going to be leaning on them for a lot of advice in certain aspects of the business side of things, as I'm sure they'll lean on me in more of the hockey side of things. So, you know, together with those guys and Martin, I think we've got a great group of guys that are ready to push this thing forward and you know, create something special in Solway.
It sounds incredibly exciting. I mean, me myself, I can't wait for that first puck drop in the new season with, you know, at the Shark Tank. It's just going to be epic. Now, you did say you had a lot of plans. What's the sort of things that the fans will see for like game night? What will there be anything different? Is there any nuggets you can share with us, Craig?
I don't want to give away any of our secrets right now, but you know, it's going to be very much focused on that match night experience. You know, it's not just a hockey game. We want to have other stuff going on, and just making it an enjoyable night out, making it more than just a hockey game, making sure that people leave and feel like they've had a brilliant time. Like I say, no matter what the score is, hopefully, you know, the Sharks have won and put on a good performance for us on the ice, and I'm sure we'll do that. We want to be a very hard team to play against at home and make it a difficult place for teams to come in. And obviously that's where the fans come in too, because we want that, you know, that atmosphere, that buzz around the rink that, you know, it's going to be intimidating for other teams to come into. I guess the one thing I can kind of say is obviously we're going to be looking for sponsorship. We're moving up into a higher division. So obviously the costs rise from what it was at the club previously. So in terms of sponsorship, we're looking at building a hospitality area in the rink. So that's going to be a big one. We're currently working on our commercial and sponsorship brochure at the moment. So if there's any sponsors out there that are listening or anybody keen or interested in sponsoring, you can email me. I'll give you it now. It's craig@sharksihc.com. Just put a little plug in. I'll be happy to chat to you. So yeah, we've got a lot of exciting plans in place, and I think people are going to really enjoy what we put together.
Sounds great. Sounds great. I'll tell you what. There's one suggestion that's just popped into my head. Can we get Bailey the boxer dog as the club dog? Come on, we've not had a club dog.
I mean, I'm sure I could bring him down. He's a bit hyperactive. Yeah, he would be running around that rink like an absolute lunatic.
It's game night experience. We're going to love it. Right.
It'd be an experience. It'd be an experience, that's for sure.
What are you looking forward to most this coming season, Craig?
I just think the challenge of, you know, the club stepping up into a new division. You know, we want to make sure that we're competitive, and we want to be competitive right from the very first game of the season. You know, I don't want it to be we're taking time to find our feet and adjust to that level. And, you know, we have to be realistic as well. We are stepping up, and, you know, we'll kind of see what happens. But our ambition at this club is that we jump in on the deep end, and we're here to compete and take part straight away, and see where that takes us. So yeah, the excitement for me is just obviously being on the other side of things. You know, I've obviously got a lot to learn, and, you know, I've got 3 great owners who are going to support me, you know, no matter what. So they're 3 great business people to learn off of too, and they all, you know, have different strengths in different areas. So I think we've got such a blend of business and hockey minds between Martin and myself and the 3 owners that, you know, it's going to be something quite special that we create. And obviously we want it to be a great environment and a great culture for the players and the team, and make it that professional setup that Solway deserves.
Yeah. How's it going to be when we face Leeds Knights in your your pals and the other team? Or is there no friendships in hockey when you're facing your opponent? I'm talking about Matt Haywood for those who are watching in here. How's that going to be?
Yeah, you can have the niceties before the game, but when my team goes out there and plays against any team in the league, there's going to be no love lost. And, I'm hoping that the Sharks go out and put on a performance every night. And, obviously there's a connection with Peterborough there for myself from being from Peterborough. So, it'd be kind of cool as somewhat full circle for me that, I'm back here and involved at this level. So yeah, it's really exciting, but yeah, certainly no friends when we play anybody I might know.
Have you still got family in Peterborough?
Yeah, mum and dad and my nan and extended family are all still in Peterborough too. So they're really excited for me as well at this opportunity, and they think it was a good step for me, and likewise with my fiance. And that was a big thing. Me and John obviously talked about this, and I kind of agreed that I was going to come on board. And he sent me a text kind of out the blue, just checking that everything was okay with Hannah, my fiance, that she was on board with it. And because obviously it's still in hockey, your hours are a little different in terms of weekends and things like that. So to me, that just shows that the type of people that our ownership are, that they wanted to make sure that it's not just me, that my family are okay, my fiance is okay with it. It shows that they care and they're people. And I think that's important at a club like Solway, because it's very clear to me that that's very much what it was based on before. Obviously, we've all started to come in. There's a very family orientated, very community based, and I love that feeling. So we're just really excited to add to that.
Martin will say the same thing. You'll have heard them say it many a time. It's people first. It's the right person. You might be the greatest hockey player in the world, but if you're not a nice person and you don't fit in to the Sharks' ethos and the philosophy that he's put down, he won't have you as such. But that's really nice to hear you say that. I'm guessing there's probably going to be about a couple of hundred Sharks fans that are looking for a place to stay in Peterborough. Now, we know that Craig's got family in Peterborough now, and he's just gave us his email address. So, you know what? It's open door policy.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone just rang there. That's the life of the GM. I forgot I hadn't put up silent, and it just buzzed there. But yes, it's obviously such a super exciting time for the club, and we hope that we see lots of away fans coming up to Solway as well, and making the most of a Scotland trip for them. And obviously, if we can take some travelling fans on the road for us too, that'll be fantastic. So.
Absolutely, there's definitely a hardcore Sharks fans that all want to follow the team no matter where, and we're really looking forward to it. Oh, it's been so exciting the last few days for just being a Sharks fan. It's just been so good, just been fantastic. So thank you so much for your time. And just before we end this interview, have you got any messages, any final words for Sharks fans, sponsors, anybody that's maybe thinking about coming along again?
Yeah, just thank you so much, obviously, for all the support that we've received so far just this week as we've got started. The reception that, the owners, myself, Martin, everybody's got has been fantastic. And, we're really excited to bring you NIHL hockey in Solway. And, we're going to put a good competitive team on the ice. And, like I've already touched on, we want to make sure that the match night experience is top notch. And we provide that for people as well. So yeah, we're just really excited to be on board. Stay tuned. We're obviously working very hard behind the scenes, trying to get some players secured and signed up. So obviously, as soon as we get those done, we'll start making some announcements. And obviously, the fans will hopefully be excited about the team that we build together. And as the player signings slowly get announced, we'll see that buzz created and leading up to that first game of the season.
Well, all the very best of luck, Craig. Please don't be a stranger. Come back on here anytime. The engagement with fans is so important, and it's great to see you and for you to sound so available to fans. It's wonderful. So all the best for the season, and take care.
Appreciate that. Thanks very much.